All right, hello everyone. This is Kenneth Price, and this is Sunday, December 10th, and this is 12 noon Eastern Time. And I'm here again, like we are almost every week, with Marcy and Beloved. And we're going to spend the next hour and we're going to record deep conversations about mental illness, about emerging from mental illness. The name of our ministry is psychiatricsobriety.com. And I started this ministry 2 years ago when I joined with a companion in Mexico who looked at me straight in the eyes. And she said, "Who are you not to be a teacher?" Well, I'm not really a teacher, but she sort of, I don't know her exact words, but this was the message. Who are you not to start a ministry? I think she gave us. So lo and behold, over 2 years ago, I started Zoom calls. We have over 100 of them now. And what do we do here? Who am I? Well, I'm somebody who I'm somebody who had as a young man, I had trauma, and the kind and generous and thoughtful and concerned and compassionate doctors put me on a pill called Prozac, and it worked. But I have an addictive personality. I had a very compulsive personality. So I just developed this belief in my mind that I had a chemical imbalance that needed pharmaceuticals. Well, 25 years later, I became a chemical soup, and I had to get off of absolutely everything. The pills that helped me at first, later, began to stunt my growth. And I say this in all my Zoom calls. So I went through, many. It was very difficult to get off those pills, to say the least. However, what came out of all that has to be shared with the world. I can't not share it with the world. Matter of fact, I'm thrilled to share it with the world because I received grace. Every single one of these Zoom calls is just a trail of breadcrumbs out of that dark forest. So that's what we do here for the entire hour. Is we get together and we do what is guided in every single call. And I call it psychiatric sobriety because I started the 12 steps when I was a very young man. And then later in life, I became a Course in Miracles student. And then I realized that the two go side by side. I realized that the 12 steps was just a precursor to the Course in Miracles to prepare me. So I named our ministry, Psychiatric Sobriety, and that's my spiel. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Now, disclaimers. I don't want anyone ever to get the wrong message that we are here to protest psychiatry. I don't want anyone to believe that we are here to judge psychiatry. If we judge psychiatry, we protest psychiatry, we're right back on our mental illnesses. We are individuals who have testimonies of emergence from psychiatry, and we found a better way. And that's what we want to share with the world on our YouTube archive. So because it's a ministry, I say the healer's prayer to begin every single Zoom call, because whatever comes through us is not coming from the logical, rational, linear, indoctrinated mind. It's coming from a deeper place. Has to be that way. All healing has to come from that deeper place. So the Bible says when two or more are gathered, and basically the healer's prayer is just an extended version of that prayer. And the healer's prayer goes like this. We are here only to be truly helpful, and we are here to represent him or her who sent us. We do not have to worry about what to say or what to do, because he or she who sent us will direct us. We are content to be wherever he or she wishes, knowing that he or she goes there with us, and we will be healed as we let him or her teach us how to heal. Okay, mighty companions, poderosos compañeros. I've been a puddle. I've been going through some powerful, difficult emotions. I've been going through them. And so I'll let everyone, this time I'm not going to start off the Zoom call. I'll let anybody else who wants to share, but I'll have to, but if it comes my time to share, I'll do my best to be as transparent as possible with maintaining anonymity, just to keep it in the I form to expose what mine is looking like now. But I want everyone else to get a chance first. So anybody want to go first? Jody wants to go first. Go for it.
I'm so excited. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Okay. I received the most beautiful gift the other day that was quite challenging to unwrap. And I want to share because it's a testimony of what being a practitioner of A Course in Miracles can do for us. So, calm down. I've got so much that wants to come out. Yesterday, was it the day before? Yesterday, I was contacted online by somebody I haven't spoken to in months and months and months. And they were full of apologies for being disrespectful and arrogant. Those were two of the words that they chose. Their words, not mine. Apologizing. And I didn't bite. There was a lot of apologies, a lot of fluff, a lot of flattery in the message. And I didn't bite. I just kind of threw a bunch of course quotes at this person. I said, forgiveness is still and quietly does nothing. There's nothing to forgive here. And so that was fine. Okay, so we're good. And the person continued. And I said a couple of more things, and the person continued, and I said a couple of more things. And I'm just like, I'm not playing. I'm not engaging. And that was upsetting to the person. So quite quickly, it turned from apologizing for being arrogant and disrespectful to accusing me of being arrogant and disrespectful. So the lesson is in projection. Because I think it's quite ironic that this person that was apologizing for being arrogant and disrespectful quite quickly thought that I was being arrogant and disrespectful and was telling me that they were going to unfriend me. And I thought, wow, isn't that interesting? And again, I didn't engage. And I asked for help. I asked Jay, show me the lesson here, because I understand that everything is a lesson I would learn. What's the purpose? It's a lesson I would learn. Jay, what's the lesson here? My dear, this is projection in action. Oh my fucking God, I get it. I see it. This is how we project our unconscious guilt onto others. Wow. So I get it. I see it. Okay. That's the first gift, the first lesson, projection. And then using this and asking Jay to go deeper. This allowed me to let go of a grievance that I've been holding for a very long time. Because I recognize that I am projecting my unconscious guilt onto this person that I have a grievance with. It has nothing to do with them. It's my unconscious guilt. It's my projection. I forgive my brother for what he hasn't done. Oh my fucking God. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you. So this is A Course in Miracles in action. This is how I've learned to practice this course. And what a fucking game changer. Thank you.
Good work. Beloved, I want to thank you for being there the other morning. The tears are continuing. What I thought could evolve into something will not be evolving into something. And the thoughts in my head are clearly not in my best interest. None of them are true, but they're going into hyperdrive like a freight train. And these were the same thoughts that put me on the Klonopin 15 years ago. And Spirit said, we're gonna give you we're gonna give you a repeat, but this time you're gonna go through it, kiddo. Okay. I don't know why I get triggered so easily with these beliefs that I'm going to be abandoned and I'm not worthy. But there's something very core that got pulled out of my subconscious. That's no secrets that I've had them there. but it needed a good old-fashioned I'm not interested in a relationship with you message that would perform this that is taking place right now. What I guess I could share is that I'm crying, and the tears must contain healing. Tears, from what I hear, are supposed to be healing. I'm also watching my mind as best I can. The mind is not being kind to either myself or the other dream character. The stories, I'm watching them, asking myself, has this been under the surface the entire time? The answer has to be yes. So I had a counseling call with a mighty companion. I think it was yesterday. I'm lack of sleep, folks. You know, this has kept me up at night, and I'm trying to remember what she said that was so very, very helpful. It wasn't complete Course in Miracles, although she had spent, you know, many years of her life in the Course in Miracles community. I can't remember what she said now. And I can't remember, there's been nuggets of wisdom that have come out of this experience that I'm inside of right now. I think that's about as far as I want to go right now. Maybe later I'll have some more to share, but I feel that I've got the courage and the strength to understand that the pain that I'm feeling coming from beliefs that simply aren't true. So the intensity has gone from crisis mode down to, I don't like this one bit. So I know that a relation, I don't understand why I believe there could have been a romance when I myself don't want a romance, except for there was something inside of me that wanted to clutch and wanted to hold on. So that's the belief that I could clutch, hold on, and get. And I was on the Zoom call last week saying, oh, I've surrendered the belief that I can, you know, get anything from anyone. Not entirely. I'm still down there. I'm not ashamed of what I'm going through. And that's probably why, you know, it's gone from, you know, that episode 15 years ago down to something manageable. Because I can call people and melt down today. I can a good old fashioned meltdown. As a matter of fact, I've melted down many, many times. In Beloved, you know, took one of those meltdown calls. And I'm not gonna judge that call either. I don't know if a meltdown is even doing that call, you know, doing it any respect. I think we need to respect. Expression may be a better term for it. I don't know. I don't know where this is coming from, but the sense of mine says that going through this is another step across that bridge from the old, you know, paradigm to the place that we all want to be, which is, you know, it's above the battleground. So anybody want to touch on that? Because I'm running lack of sleep, so I don't know if I can, you know, compose any more than I just shared. Other than thank you, beloved. I'll share one more thing. All right, I did get some insight. I got clear insight. It was 2 days ago. As what's been going on in my parable. I'm either resisting or I'm grasping. Yeah. And when it came clear to me, again, we've been saying this on all these Zoom calls, but I had to practice it. My mind wants to think. I'm addicted to thinking. And when I got that download, again, it's so simple, you guys. I had to just start breathing and be with it. Watch it. Watch it. It's practice. I'm starting it now. I feel like a beginner, you guys. Nothing's wrong in my story right now. Nothing's wrong. Everything's perfect, except for what I'm thinking and believing.
Accept the fact that you're identified as an ego. That's the only problem that we ever have. One problem, one solution. We only are ever in pain because we're identified as the separate self. That's where the pain comes from. Get back up in the battleground. Relax into your true essence of I am the peace behind the mess. One problem, one solution.
Well, hey everybody.
So good to see you.
Thank you.
Missed you last weekend.
Nice to be back. Yeah, this course is full of unfoldings and and there's always shit to go through. I mean, I've been at it for a minute and I love listening to other longtime course students who've been studying long or longer than I have say, "Ooh, you know, I feel disconnected. I don't get it. I just want to throw this fucking shit across the room. It's not working, blah, blah, blah." But the fact is, it works if you work it, and you have to have faith. What else are you going to have faith in? You know, Kenneth, I feel for you. Someone who's just gotten a divorce, and those special relationships, they'll do it every time. They will bring up all your sense of unworthiness and comparison. And of course, like Jody said, it's the ego thought system. That's a real, you know, I thought I was above all that. I was a Course in Miracles, so I knew I wasn't going to get a special relationship when I got married. I knew I was blah, 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 ha, 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 ha. That is a special relationship. You can't be above, I can't be more spiritually evolved than, what I am. I can think I am, and, that's again a real trickster. That's that ego. Oh, well, I should be. I'm on lesson blah, 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 and I haven't missed a day. And it's so not about, it's about when the rubber meets the road. And Jody, I want to hear more about what that meant, when somebody calls you. Was it insincere? Was it just what happened? I'm not really following this.
It was all on Facebook
experience.
Messenger. It was all on
Experience.
Facebook Messenger. So there was no words, there was no vocal tone. I took it as I took it as a sincere apology.
Oh.
But the person, the body that was apologizing was looking for forgiveness to destroy. They wanted me to forgive them because they had done something wrong. And I am now recognizing, like, the bubble has fucking burst. I am not a body. And therefore, you are not a body. And therefore, there's nothing to forgive because you've done nothing wrong. You are a figment of my imagination. You are part of the smokescreen that my insane thought system has made up to separate me from God. You don't fucking exist. Right? So I get, like, I'm really starting to, it's sinking in, the understanding, the knowing. I am not a body. You are not a body. There's nothing to forgive because you didn't do anything wrong. I projected my unconscious guilt out. And so the first brother that offered me the projection, really, it really sunk in. This is projection in action. And it wasn't that I projected onto them that they were arrogant and disrespectful. They were apologizing for being arrogant and disrespectful. So they were showing me that that was their unconscious guilt. That's how it started. They were apologizing for being arrogant and disrespectful. And then after a short interaction online, it quickly turned into them being mad at me because I was being arrogant and disrespectful. And because it was exactly the same language, I clicked in it. Jay helped me click with that. This is projection in action. And then using that lesson, I was able to recognize where I was doing that. I've been holding a grievance with somebody that used to be very close to me. I've watched my ego turn special love into special hate. And I've been holding a grievance with this person. And because of the first gift, it's like it all falls into place. I can let go of this grievance because they didn't do anything wrong. They are not a body. They are free, just as God created them. Does that make more sense?
Yeah. Because go ahead,
Sorry.
Marcy, go ahead.
I'm off on my lessons. So my lesson today was 184. And if you could indulge me just for a second, the very first paragraph, I just feel like it resonates with everything that's being said between Kenneth, Jody, and you, beloved. The title of the lesson is The Name of God is My Inheritance. It starts off by saying, you live by symbols. You've made up names for everything that you see. Each one becomes a separate entity, identified by its own name. By this, you carve it out of unity. By this, you designate its special attributes and set it off from other things, emphasizing space surrounding it. This space you lay between all things to which you give a different name, all happenings in terms of place and time, all bodies which are greeted by a name. We've just separated everything, and it's all one. Even the space that we perceive in between things, it's unified. I feel like, you know what I mean? I feel like that's what you guys are communicating. I feel that behind what Jody's expressing about projection, you know?
Yeah, there's only one.
Mhm.
It's only me. It couldn't possibly be somebody else. That's the kicker. That's the kicker. And it's very hard for the one projecting to see it. Let me just say that. I mean, I was listening to Kate Greaves, and and if you haven't listened to her, she's great. Kate Greaves. And her story is so wonderful. And she's just been bullied. Just everybody bullies her. Of course we know who the real bully is. It has to be her. But she couldn't see it. We can't see it. We can't see that pink elephant. We need our brother to 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 rub us the wrong way, to say I don't want you, or to say I apologize, you know, to bring it out so we can face it. So again, all those people pressing our buttons, thank you, you're my savior. I didn't know. I didn't know. And then you can see how innocent you are because you didn't know. Like, oh my God, I didn't see that. I have no idea. Many times I have no idea why I'm so miserable. Why? Why am I fucking miserable? Why am I not lighthearted, happy, everything the Course is saying? You know, everything that I am when I'm not identified as an ego. And it's just that it's that simple, that clear cut. But my goodness, we have been so deep in the dream. We got to give ourselves a break. That's what I want to tell all of us whoever comes across this. No, it's not easy, but it's simple. There are just simple steps. And you just have to, you know, the people who've really seemed to hold on to the light of and peace, they all say they just had enough and they stopped compromising. And I think that is what Jody was expressing. There's just no more compromising in it. There's nothing to. You didn't do anything. That has to be the truth. There's nothing to forgive. That is the truth. I mean, if we don't, you know, the you never ever existed. There's never a reign of beloved grace ever, ever. All these emotions, they never did. And when I hear someone say that who has seen, I mean, it just feels like I can resonate with it for that moment. And it is being uncompromising. I don't, I don't say the mental illness story anymore. I don't believe it. I mean, I know the Course says we all mentally ill. If you think you're a body, you are mentally ill. So that is how I feel. That's how I see mental illness now. I see it as a human condition for all of us. So, I know some people are on pills, some people are on alcohol, some people are on sex, some people are on relationships, some people are on Amazon. I mean, whatever, pick your poison. Um, and we're just here to love us all through it. Thank you all for being here. Thank you for when I take a break and just feel lost and come back. And I love looking at thank you, Kenneth, for having the archives so I can catch up on everybody. And thank you all for sharing. It is quite profound and comforting. And I just really appreciate y'all.
I must have decided wrongly because I'm not at peace. Keith Kavanaugh keeps demonstrating how easy this course is. It's not only simple, it's also easy when you do it. It's so simple and easy when you do it. And this is how simple and easy it is. I must have decided wrongly because I'm not at peace. Only identifying with the ego thought system can bring me out of peace because I am peace. I am love. I am the Christ. I must have decided wrongly because I'm not at peace. That's how simple and easy it is.
It's simple and it's easy and it's incredibly difficult at times. I mean, this week I've had the ego thought system is like, you're separate, you're a body. And what I mean by that is my phone still isn't working. So I have no ability to call or receive phone calls. And what was supposed to fix it didn't fix it. I slipped and fell in the shower like really bad. Like I'm sitting on a heating pad right now. I look on my phone and my health insurance has been canceled and I can't call, so I can't solve that problem. So my message the last few weeks is you're alone, you're isolated, you have no way to reach out to people. And now apparently you're a body that's injured pretty significantly, and you can't do anything about that either. So, it's been an amazing experience because there's no distractions here. There's no television. There's no one to talk to. I have no family. I can't use my phone to make a phone call. I can't walk now. So I'm literally being put in a spot like you can't really move. You can't talk to anybody. You can't get distracted. You can't. And my ego is just like depression, overwhelm, anxiety, poor me, blah, blah. And I can feel myself getting sucked in and then pull myself back out with my tools. Sucked in, pull myself back out with my tools. And it really got to a point yesterday, like a crescendo, where my tools weren't working. Now, what are you going to do? So I just had to be with it and just go, okay, I have a really strong ego that wants to go, 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 do, accomplish, accomplish. And so this has been a lesson in just being and realizing that the problems that I thought were so like a fire I needed to put out. Oh my God, I need to get my phone to work. Why? Why? Let's just step back from this, okay? And if you really want to look at it, okay, there is no separation. There's only a perceived separation. And that is the lesson that I'm getting. And it's extremely like I feel like somebody has a branding iron and they're branding me. It's so uncomfortable and so, overwhelming. But it's an opportunity for me. Oh, good. I get to be by myself and I can't move and I can't be distracted. Woo! Here we go. Let's get on this horse and let's go for a ride. No, I haven't had riding lessons. But fuck it, I'm going to ride this motherfucker. Excuse my mouth, but it's, you know what I mean? And there's a freedom in that. I mean, and I'm speaking right now from a place of in the ego interpretation is absolute misery, like miserable, in pain, physical pain, all this. And it's like, it's the perfect learning environment. This is my classroom. I will pull out my seat and I will try to sit down with my heating pad and I'm going to learn. Damn it. It sounds like we're all learning here. We're all in this classroom, you know?
Fuck yeah.
One of my spiritual teachers that I really admire and, you know, um, she has been ill so many times. And, sickness is a defense against God. Of course, in miracles, we all get suspicious. Oh, she's getting sick, huh? Makes us nervous. And she has a relationship with Jay and channels, and and so she said, why am I sick? And she before she channeled, she said she felt like dying. She just and I had that feeling till like, oh my God, can this be over? Can we go again? And then I said, I don't want to start again, but is there a break? Is there a, and the interesting message that she received is how if the body isn't real, what is the difference between a healthy body and a hurting body? What It's not real. But we judge one to be better than the other. With everything, this insidiousness comes you know, in my relationship. Oh, well, you have more than me, so I'm less than you. First of all, there's no her, there's no me, and what is there to have? Nothing, because we have everything. But there it is, and this projection thing, and it feels like it matters. It feels like something I have not forgiven, and I think that is what it's all for. Like you said, Marcy, what do you have left to do but to forgive? What do you have left to do but to sit in it? I don't know if you listen to Nook and Corrine, they're like, well, it's all in your mind. I'm not going to argue with that. I'm not going to argue. I get it in my head that my body's in my head. How could it be anywhere else? And when I get pain, I do what Kenneth says. What does it have to do with me? I'm still feeling it. So I get turned up, I get twisted up, and then I got to go back to the course and I got to read. And I know I'm overthinking, and I know I'm making it difficult, right, Jody? I'm not. To me, it's not easy anymore. It's not. I mean, it's not simple. It's complicated. It's like Tai Chi. I always say Tai Chi is simple, but it's not easy. Why? Why isn't it easy? Because you have to relax to do Tai Chi. You can't try. Any efforting in Tai Chi, you are absolutely not doing Tai Chi. That just throws you out of Tai Chi. You can have all the moves, but if you're efforting, if there's not 100% relaxation, so how hard is that? How hard of a sell is that? Very. To truly relax all the way, what do we feel? Vulnerable. But yet that's what's asked of us. You know, I have a great story, and I hope it inspires some people. I of course had one of those typical I'm going to be a poor bag lady out on the street homeless, like so many of us share. And it was a real big terror of mine, and it happened. And I tell you, it was the biggest gift to go through it and see that what you thought it was wasn't. And I think that's what all this is for. Everything that we think is the worst thing that can happen, and then it fucking happens, and then we're going through it, and it's not what we thought it was. Because what can kill the Son of God? What can hurt the Son of God? That's what we all. I've been going back and looking at people who've been in the psychiatry and polydrugged, and the stories are horrendous. They're horrendous. But they're there to write the story of how they came through it. And I'm like, how the fuck did you do it? I don't even understand. I mean, some of our just like, oh my, but what can kill the Son of God? And I think that's this whole thing. Anything the ego throws at us, it throws everything at us. It throws everything we can imagine that we're guilty and we deserve to have thrown at us. Every fear we can come up with, every fear, and then I manifest it to go through it. And that's what we're here to do. Is if you're manifesting your fears, come on, join us here. We're not going to believe it, but we're going to take your hand and love you through it. And that's the thing. I can listen to somebody brokenhearted. I don't believe it. But I love you. And I'm going to say, sweetheart, you're worthy. You're worthy. And then that's me saying it to myself. And my lesson today is the gift you give to your brother is a gift you're giving to yourself. Because there's only one of us here. So loving on you guys, I'm just loving on me. And I feel your love for me all the time. And I've had another person reach out. I don't know. I don't know what to say because she is on her adventure of her life. And it looks, you know, harrowing to the eagle's eyes. It's, it's one of those, okay, you're on your way. But I wasn't scared for her. I wasn't fearful for her. I know she's okay, even though it looks like this might not be in the eagle's world, but we're all okay. This is a dream. I rest in God. And that's what I'm saying, Marcy, too. I have grievances. I'm looking at Kate Greaves. She does art and she painted a heart. She says, let miracles replace all grievances. Let miracles replace all grievances. Wow. Oh, I'm happy I'm feeling lost. I'm happy I'm just going to accept it. That's sanity. What is the sanity? I'm accept I have this pain. But we're not going to feed it. We're not going to feed the eagle's dream. We're going to remember whatever I rest in God. I am not this body. I've never, ever once been a body. Even as we sit here looking at our parent bodies. But I think, for me, listening to Kate Greaves again and her story is horrific. And and she was also on very heavy psychiatric medications, which she's not now. But she said, she had tried everything to feel better and nothing worked. And so she dedicated herself to A Course in Miracles. That was her path. And we're all not saying this is the path for everybody, but whatever it is that you think is going to help you, dedicate yourself to it. Do it 100%. I've been messing around. I think I've been messing around. I know it. I'm seeing how I've been messing around. So no wonder I'm doing the cha cha cha. But these are things I have to see. If I still think there's something this world has to give me, I got to go for it. I'm going to have to be, brokenhearted, thrown back to the truth of it's inside. It's nothing out there that's going to save me. There's nothing, a magic wand and your situation changes. It's still the you. So it's all thrown back to me, what's my mind and the work I'm here to do. And to just a new year's coming, a recommitment, refocusing to feel the peace of God, to choose peace, not entertainment. We want to be entertained. I do. I love being entertained. I just have this, like Marcy, you say you have to be busy, busy. I just love being entertained. I just love fantasy and stories and, you know, drama. What the? And until I get that out of my system, it's just siren call pulling me back into this, you know, the opposite of back to this playground I wanted to be in, to experience whatever is not. Now that's arrogance. I see Calico's not pulling no punches. Do you see how she's changing? I don't know if you see, but to me, she looks so much lighter. She just looks, she looks, she looks brighter. Like it shines through when you're getting a clue. Hi, I just made that up. That's all right.
Mm.
Shines through when you're getting a clue. And the other thing is, Marcy, I don't know if you think this, but do you say, well, why did I do this to myself?
Mhm.
Right? Isn't that something we do? If we're manifesting everything in our mind, why are we creating this shit show? Why did I make myself fall and you
Oh
know
yeah.
yeah, I mean that's another opportunity to be beating yourself up and now
Mhm.
this.
Mhm. Yes. Yeah. Well, of course, before any of this happened, also, I got inspiration to continue my taper. So all of my withdrawals are like so much so, and I won't go into details, but I like, even if I could leave the house right now, I probably couldn't because my body is not just functioning in a normal everyday get up and do what you need to do way. So I'm not even in that mode. I'm not even in a functioning mode. And to have the temptation to put all my attention on that is so overwhelming. But I have a contrast because I know what it's like to take my attention off of that. And it seems like the more I get centered in that, the more the body and the world and everything is like, well, wait, you don't have health insurance and you fell and you have to take a shower every 10 minutes because you're dripping in sweat, blah, blah. I mean, the louder it gets, the more it contrasts against the peace in my mind. So it's really just giving me the opportunity to really, really see it. Am I feeling peaceful all the time? Oh, fuck no. Oh, hell no. Oh my God. No, I don't want anyone to get the impression that we're coming on these calls and some of us are still tapering and it's just this easy thing to just read a metaphysical book. And no, this is messy. Kenneth calls it like equivalent to childbirth. And I've never had children, but being as somebody speaking from not having children, this must be what it feels like because it feels like hell, which
Yeah,
makes the contrast so much stronger. I could see peace instead of this.
I think that's what you're demonstrating. I mean, I'm just in awe. I'm in awe. I mean, because it's hard to believe anything's wrong looking at you. It really is.
Trying to be as honest and transparent as I can. There's things going
We
on with
all
my
are
body that
trying
are
to.
like not even appropriate to even discuss. I mean, it's really bad. But you know what? What an opportunity for me to realize I'm not a body. This is not, the more it acts up and the more it falls apart, the more I'm like, no, this is not, no. And it sounds like we're all kind of going through this, you know, disturbance, really.
Yeah,
For
totally.
me, it's a blip on the screen and I'm just going to let it go. Mm-mm.
Do you see how it's all happening for you?
Hmm? Yep.
Yeah, like this is Calico said months ago, can you embrace the crash and burn? Because it's with the crash and burn, and this is exactly what my story looked like, Marcy. It got so fucking insane that I could see it. And then I separated. I am not the mess. Congratulations. That's big. Yeah. I'm doing the happy dance for you because I see the celebration. Like it is really such a celebration when we see that and we start doing work. Like Raina said, and this is from the 12 steps, it works when you work it. It only works when you work it. Keith Kavanaugh came out and said that if it's not working for you, it's because you're not doing it. For all of the Courts in Miracles students who've been studying for 30 years and it's not working, he came out really fucking boldly and said, guys, it's because you're not doing it. This is how simple and easy it is. It's called I Am. His last video, his last 3 videos were so fucking mind shattering for me. Thank you, Keith Kavanaugh, for being such a huge part of my wake up journey. Holy shit. Yeah, it's easy when you do it. The work is so easy and simple. It's only the ego that believes it's not. And so if you think it's hard, it's because you're identifying as an ego. If you think it's hard, it's because you are the body. Step back, fall back. I am the peace. I must have decided wrongly because I'm not at peace. Like, fucking anchor that. Anchor it. I have 4 of these. They're everywhere in my apartment. I must
So
have
you
chosen
guys,
wrongly.
there's something I was thinking of bringing up, and I'm feeling complete. We've spent 2 years and we've documented, over 100 of these. I'm feeling very complete with this. I don't know what the next step is, though. What are your feelings?
Ouch.
Ouch. Okay.
Ouch. Wow.
I
Sorry.
mean, I love it. I don't know what to say because I was having these thoughts myself about my life's work and, do I still want to keep at it? And is it time to let it go? And that is going to be your decision, Kenneth, because
Okay.
this is your baby.
Yeah.
This is your baby. This is your baby.
I'm
And
not.
it's taken a lot of, just let me just say, your commitment and dedication that you haven't missed a beat. That's just awe-inspiring to me. That is pretty impressive.
Because I'm in the middle of a really rough patch right now. This is the first time in 2 years that I walked away from a call, which is what I did just now. I can't see right now. I haven't slept in 3 days.
Kenneth, I would take your time, and I just want you to know that whatever guidance that you get, I support you 100%, no matter what decisions you make.
Thank you.
I need you to know something.
I've been feeling my heartbeat for 3 days. It's called anxiety. You're right, Jody. Those were some pretty good Zoom calls by Keith, because I've listened to them, dozens of times. And it's like what Calico said on one of her calls. When she was in the thick of it, she had to focus on every breath. That's where I find myself now.
Yeah.
I don't have any other places to run and hide. focus on my breathing. I don't want to turn this into a Captain Bring Down, but I got to be honest with everyone. That's what I said at the beginning of the call. Share what's really going on. I did nothing wrong. And whatever happened here, you know, happened up here. I'm going to have to be with it. I'm leaving for Ohio tomorrow. And I'm going to go to North Carolina to be with some family. But I don't know where all these tears are coming from. And I'm frightened of sharing them with Course in Miracles students too. You know, I just got to be with the tears. I don't know.
I want to say something because I want this documented. I just want to say that in the dream, this group, what you've provided, what you've made available, saved my life. Like, literally saved me. So thank you. Whatever spirit guides you to do, I'm just going to be watching you. Yeah. Thank you, Kenneth.
I barked at several people this week because I was in some pretty compromised places who wanted to give me metaphysical teachings. And I said, stop it. You're not talking to a 56-year-old man. You're talking to a 6-year-old little boy who doesn't understand metaphysics right now. He's scared and he's frightened.
We all are. When we're just, that's when we hold on. Our faith. Hold on. Hold on. You'll get through
I
this.
said it's faith and trust. Thank you. That's how I want to wrap this up. It's faith and trust, because this is what I found on the carpeting of the mini market at the gas station. I've got to hold on to. I'm getting signs and signals that I'm on the right path this time. I've seen 1111, I've seen 747, I've seen 911, and I'm finding these. So I've got to be on the right path. So I know I have to be with this. That's what Keith has been counseling us. He said, no, and that's what I shared at the beginning of the Zoom call when I got that download, is the two ways that it's been in my history. It's been the clutch and resist. And this has to be embraced. My role is to say yes to this. And for full disclosure, you know where I went when I left the Zoom call? I went downstairs to have a cigarette. Okay. Bought a pack of cigarettes 2 days ago. It's all right. Honestly, folks, I don't know. Thank you, Marcy. You've been an absolute angel. And you too, Jody, and you, beloved. But I got to give this a week to sit on and see what's happening inside of me. I've got to get on the road and just ask Spirit, what? I don't know. I'm going to say that's where I'm at. All right. This is going to wrap up the Zoom recording for Sunday, December 10th. And if you've been watching this on YouTube, I just want to thank you for supporting 3 of the most beautiful angels, Marcy, Jody, and Beloved, and for supporting me too, because there are some times when I'm just going to need a big old hug. Maybe that's what this is all about. Maybe now it's time for me to start accepting some of those hugs instead of pushing everyone away. I don't know, but maybe that's a good place to begin. All right. So if you're watching this on YouTube, again, leave your comments below. And all the information for the ministry is in the description line. And God bless, and may the force be with you. Bye.